Hi everybody, it's Kelly again, also known on Twitter as Kellan1977. Too bad I can't always look like this if I hold my face up. Today is Saturday, and this is the 4th video I'm recording, then I think I'm going to call it a day. I wanted to get in my Q&A because my husband, as I said in the video that's not posted yet, he's on vacation for 10 days from the state college. I go to CCV Community College. We do not get a break, unfortunately. I did do 3 hours of homework today, starting at 7 o'clock this morning, so that when my husband comes home today, probably around 4, we can spend some time. It's very hard when, whatever, you don't care. So I'm doing my Q&A, and I'm not going to sit down. So, the first question I was asked is, how come when you do vlogs or live stream you walk around? That's a great question. Unfortunately, I have deteriorating bone disease, and I always thought it just affected your bones. No? Bone disease? Unfortunately, it does not. It affects ligaments, tissues, muscles, everything that holds your body together, it can affect. So when I was 18, I had a child, and they messed up in the epidural. This still, when I was 18 years old, I'm 40 now, was still a new medical experiment, I want to say. So they didn't know that I injured myself, and they redid it right over the same vertebrae. So, like, your vertebrae is like this. First one was here, the second one that worked was here. And I ended up having fluid in my back leak for a few weeks. They just monitored me, it stopped leaking, they said it was good. My second child I had at 21, the epidural went fine because they did it in a different manner. So they were able, like, as I was, like, moving, they were able to stop what they were doing. It was more gentle and tender. So the first time I had it done, I was laying down like this, and he just shoved it in. He had no bedside manner, I'm sorry. And I don't know if you know, like, how, like, take, like, 6 of these, and that's how long the needle is, and it has to go through your muscles, your tissue, your cartilage, all the way to the middle of your spine. It's very painful, I must say. And the second time I had it done, I was sitting in a chair, and they gave me a pillow to hold, and I leaned over. I don't know if you can tell, I'm leaning over, and they did it very gently. It was slow. It took a while, I must say. The first time they did it, it took like 3 minutes. This was a different state also. Second time it was done, it took about 20. But it was a very slow procedure. Unfortunately, damage was already done to my spine, and they ended up re-aggravating it because they chose the same exact spot. For 6 months, I had fluid of my spine leak. They couldn't figure out why. Come to find out, you cannot regenerate or replace or get a transport, I mean, you know what I mean, like blood transfusions, yeah, a fluid. Once it's gone forever. So that just already at 21 years old, I was affected by that. But it didn't slow me down or anything. But now I'm 40 and I have a hard time. So when I do these videos, I do tend to walk around. Hope that doesn't bother anybody. My second question is, how long have we had this adorable little puppy? Well, she's 5. She's not a puppy. And her name is Peppy. Peppy, say hi. Hi, my name's Peppy and I'm lazy. She's a hybrid. She's a mixed dog. She has no papers, and we don't know what she's mixed with. We have an idea, and I think I'm right. and our vet thinks I'm right too. But she has a problem with her throat. Her throat's about this big, and her tongue is about that big. So if we play with her too much, she gets overexcited. She vomits from being suffocated. She does it with food. She does it if she's too hot. She goes underneath the blankets at night and she gets too hot, and then we have to help her with that. How we do it, the only thing we can do is just to rub her throat, and we talk to her in a nice manner, and we try to soothe her and try to get her to breathe. So we have to be careful what we feed her for snacks and stuff. So that's Peppy, if anybody's interested. That was a question. My third question was, how long have I lived in Vermont? Because I have an unusual accent. Well, thank you for noticing, because everybody does. I was born and raised in Rhode Island, and I moved to Vermont, and I lived there for 10 years. I also lived in Maryland for a year, and I moved back home to Rhode Island for a few years, and now I'm out here in Vermont, where I've been here for 4.5. So my accents kind of come from everywhere. I can have what's called a redneck accent from Maryland and Virginia. And because I am from Rhode Island, I've been to Massachusetts, been to Connecticut, been to New Jersey, and I've been to New York to visit family members. I can sound like that too. And I just said how old I was because that was a question. I'm 40. I was born October 27th. I was asked, what is my favorite movie? Well, for the type of movie, is horror. All the way. I mean, I'm born 27th. Come on. Scorpion. Yep, horror. Horror is the thing that I love. And I must say, the first movie I ever saw was a black and white movie. And it was called Night of the Living Dead. Then when I was much older, they turned it half black and white. And that was kind of cool. But my favorite movie ever is Friday the 13th. Jason, there's just something about him. I even own the game. But the second movie I like, so I'll include that, is, of course, Nightmare on Elm Street. And I was really big and into Hellraiser. Unfortunately, I watched them all, and some of them suck. God, they were the worst things ever. What were they thinking? They didn't even go to the theater. But I watched Child's Play. I thought that was cool. It made me afraid of my big kid brother. My dad used to make him a Hasbro, and I was like, no! Other than that, those were the questions I was asked. I was hoping for a little bit more. But the most important one is why I walk around. It's because of my back, and to explain why was like a long answer to begin with. But this is my second Q&A. I would love to do more of these, like at least once a month, because I'm 40 years old. I've lived a long time. So if you want to ask me any questions about hobbies or personal opinions about things, video games, any books that I like, you know, just I have a degree in culinary arts. If you want to talk to me about cooking and recipes, I can answer these questions. I love to do this. I love to talk to my community. So if you like this, I'm glad. Please ask me anything. Have a great day, guys. Can't wait for you to see this. I'll probably be putting this up Tuesday, April 9th. But I'm recording it Saturday, April 7th. Bye, guys. I love you. Bye.